At LabLab, we just tested the Ecovacs Goat O600 RTK, and in this video, we are going to tell you honestly what we think about it. And if you are interested in this product, know that we have put a link with its best price right below this video. This robotic lawnmower weighs 10.4 kilograms, and it has a rather massive design for its price. It is also IPX6 certified, which means it resists rain and jets from a garden hose. Under its structure, there are two large drive wheels at the rear, two small omnidirectional wheels at the front, and the cutting disc with its 3 blades. On top of it, there is a stop button that allows you to stop it in an emergency if needed, a control panel, a dial to adjust the cutting height, and a rain sensor. Finally, at the front, we find its AI camera, which it uses to orient itself in space. To secure the robot, you must enter a PIN code on its control panel from the very first startup. This code prevents access to the settings and blocks the system in case of movement or restart. The O600 RTK comes with a charging station and its power cable. This cable offers a great length of over 11 meters, which is convenient for plugging in. The station benefits from the same IPX6 certification as the robot, so it can withstand the rain without a problem. In order to fix the charging station to the ground, 6 pegs and a hex key are included in the packaging. A kit of 9 replacement blades is also provided. A quick start guide explains the steps to follow to set up the robot. As its name suggests, the O600 RTK incorporates an RTK beacon to be installed in addition to its station and plugged into it. However, the setup remains very fast. Count 10 minutes for the station and another 10 minutes for the beacon. In terms of maintenance, simply wipe the robot's sensors from time to keep them clean. Thanks to its waterproof rating, you can easily clean the robot with a garden hose. In addition to that, it is recommended to change the blades of the cutting disc every 2 months. When you run out, you can buy more online. Finally, know that there are 3 years of warranty on this model, which is reassuring regarding its durability. That is it for the design. Let us now move on to the features. When turning on the robot for the first time, it must be paired with the Ecovacs Home application. This process went smoothly on our end, and we were able to download the latest software updates that were available. As it is designed for lawns of up to 600 square meters, it connects exclusively via Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. It is not possible to install a 4G module. Bluetooth is used for short-distance interactions like manual control. Wi-Fi allows complete management via the Ecovacs Home application, but it must be received at least up to the station, not necessarily in your whole garden. The robot can perform the initial mapping automatically, or you can do it manually by guiding the device along the edges of your lawn. Via the application, you can add zones, merge them, divide them, rename them, or delete them. You can also create access paths and no-go zones. The robot can be launched to mow either the entire lawn or a specific zone if you have created multiple zones. You can also control it manually via the application, as if it were a remote-controlled car. It is possible to schedule the mowing for certain days and certain times. The mowing height is adjustable between 3 and 8 centimeters via the dial on the device. During its operation, you can follow the robot live on the application, and you can even see through its camera, which is a nice feature considering its low price. If there are areas of the garden where the robot does not receive Wi-Fi, it still manages to navigate, but you temporarily cannot follow it live in the app or see through its camera. Among the other features, we find the log of completed tasks, the mowing direction, the settings related to rain management, the activation of the alarm when the robot is lifted, the modification of the PIN code or the AI recognition of animals. During our tests, the rain detection worked very well when we poured water on the robot. It automatically returned to its station, and a notification was sent to our smartphone. Well, enough theory. Let us move on to something concrete with our performance tests. When we started our trials, the mapping of our 38 square meters lawn was done quite easily in the application, and this despite the complexity of the terrain. The maneuverability and power of the O600 RTK were very good. On the other hand, the robot was slow, and while we were right next to it, it stopped regularly with an alert saying we were more than 3 meters away. The mapping was therefore a bit long, but it worked well. To evaluate the cutting performance of the device, we carried out a mowing down to 6 centimeters by placing obstacles in our test area. The result was decent, with a fairly methodical navigation and a uniform cut. The edge mowing was also good, which is not always the case even with much more expensive models. Regarding its speed, the mowing lasted 40 minutes, which is much more than the 29 minutes announced on the application. However, our terrain is very particular, with two distinct lawns separated by a narrow slope. Next, we tested its ability to avoid obstacles by placing a thin cable, a stuffed rabbit, and a ball on its path. The robot was set to the default sensitivity level. It detected and avoided our ball well. However, it passed too close to our stuffed rabbit, knocking it over in the process. As for the green cable, our most difficult obstacle, when it was flattened, the robot passed over it, shredding it, but it was well detected when it formed a ball. Next, we checked if the device could indeed climb the slopes of 45% inclination or 24 degrees. In fact, it managed to do so with all our slopes, which are nevertheless difficult. In our terrain configuration, we have two mowing zones, a first main one of 26 square meters, very flat and simple, and a second, more complex one at the bottom of raised garden beds. During our test of this robotic lawnmower, it managed to navigate all by itself to the back of the second zone, unlike its predecessor, the O500 panorama. We were also able to manually navigate it in the narrow paths between the raised garden beds. This ability to climb slopes and navigate in restricted areas is highly appreciated for a model in this price range. To finish with its performance, note that it is very discreet when it moves. The mowing noise is almost imperceptible. Finally, let us end this test by evaluating the battery life. The Ecovacs O600 RTK has a 2,500 mAh battery, which allows it to cover up to 600 square meters of land according to the brand. It is capable of mowing for 50 minutes straight before needing to recharge, which is average for this type of device intended for small areas. If necessary, it can resume its task where it stopped once it is fully charged again. The full charge time is only 55 minutes, which is fast, and that is it for our test results. So to summarize it all, the negative points of the Ecovacs O600 RTK are its perfectible obstacle detection and its slow mapping with some minor connection issues. As for the positive points, its very comprehensive features for the price, its good cutting performance, the fact that it handles steep slopes, the possibility of viewing live via its camera, the fact that it is suitable for narrow or complex gardens, and its long power cable. And that concludes our test. Thank you very much for watching it. As a reminder, you will find the link to this product with its best price right below the video.